Welcome, dear listeners. Tonight, I invite you to sit with an old story told in a new way. You may know the fable of the boy who cried wolf, but in this telling, we will walk slower, we will pause and breathe. We will see the world through the boy's eyes, through his village, through the weight of his words. It is not just a tale for children, but a reflection for all of us in our modern age of voices, screens, and endless noise. So let us begin. On the gentle slopes of valley, where wildflowers brush the earth with soft colors, lay a village that balanced between the old and the new. Wooden cottages with tiled roofs stood beside solar panels and vegetable gardens. Dirt paths wound between the homes where children still played tag in the evenings. It was not a forgotten place, nor was it swept away by the modern cities. It lived in between, quiet, steady, content. Among its people lived a boy named Karan, 14 years of age. He was quick of mind, restless of spirit, and forever longing for something more than the slow rhythm of the village. His parents worked hard, his father repairing roofs, his mother tending a small bakery. But they worried that their son did not understand responsibility. On the gentle slopes of valley, where wildflowers brushed the earth with soft colors, lay a village that balanced between the old and the new. Wooden cottages with tiled roofs stood beside solar panels and vegetable gardens. Dirt paths wound between the homes where children still played tag in the evenings. It was not a forgotten place, nor was it swept away by the modern cities. It lived in between, quiet, steady, content. Among its people lived a boy named Karan, 14 years of age. He was quick of mind, restless of spirit, and forever longing for something more than the slow rhythm of the village. His parents worked hard, his father repairing roofs, his mother tending a small bakery. But they worried that their son did not understand responsibility. Every morning, Karen was sent to the hills to watch over the flock of sheep. It was a task as old as the village itself. The sheep were food, wool, and the wealth. They grazed on the green hillsides, and though the valley was peaceful, the forest nearby held shadows. Wolves had been seen before, lean and hungry. The duty of watching the flock was not for entertainment, it was a burden of trust. Yet to Karan, it felt like exile. He sat beneath the same tree each day, watching the sheep nibble grass, staring at the horizon. At first, he passed the time with his smartphone, cracked on one edge but still glowing. He scrolled, swiped, played, but even the screen grew dull after hours. The boy grew impatient. Why me? He thought. Why should I sit here alone? One life must surely be more exciting than this. One golden evening, as the sun dipped low, an idea came to him. It began as a spark of mischief. What if he called for help? What if he cried out that a wolf was near? Wouldn't the villagers run to him, hearts pounding, faces anxious? Wouldn't it be fun? He smirked. He cupped his hands to his mouth, and with a voice as sharp as a bell, he cried, "Wolf, wolf, help me! A wolf is chasing the sheep." Down in the village, Tools were dropped, doors swung open, fathers left their work, mothers rushed, aprons still tied, even elders rose from their benches, leaning on canes. They all hurried up the hill, dust rising behind them. And what did they find? Only Karen, doubted over with laughter, pointing at their alarmed faces. The villagers sighed. Some shook their heads, some scolded him gently, but Karen only laughed harder. That night, as he lay in bed, he felt a strange thrill. The power of his voice had moved the whole village, and it had been so easy. The next day, he did it again and again until his shouts no longer stirred urgency, but only annoyance. His cries became like background noise. The boys' game, nothing more. One grey afternoon, the clouds hung heavy. Karen lay under his tree, staring at the dull screen of his phone. The sheep grazed lazily around him. Then a sound, low, deep, a growl. He froze. At first he thought it was his imagination, but from the forest edge a shadow emerged. A wolf, lean, sharp-eyed, hungry. Karen's heart pounded. He jumped to his feet, waving his arms, shouting, "Wolf, wolf, please help! The wolf is real this time." His voice echoed. The sheep bleated in panic. The wolf prowled closer, teeth bared. But down in the village, people paused only for a moment. Then they shook their heads. Not again, it's just another trick. Let him shout. No one came. Karen screamed louder, desperate. He threw stones, waved sticks, tried to push the wolf back, but the beast lunged, scattering sheep. By the time it vanished into the woods, several were gone. The field lay torn in silence. The boy sat trembling, his face pale, tears welling. The game had ended, and it had ended in disaster. That evening, Kiran walked back to the village slowly, the flock smaller than before. The villagers gathered, anger in their eyes. "We trusted you," they said. "You fooled us, wasted our time, and now we have lost what we worked so hard to protect." Even his parents stood in silence. His father's jaw was tight. His mother's eyes were filled with disappointment, heavier than any scolding. Karen tried to speak. "It was real this time, I swear it," but no one believed him. His words had turned to dust. His voice, once a tool, was not hollow. He sat alone that night, staring at the stars beyond the window. For the first time, he understood. Lies may bring laughter for a moment, but they leave behind emptiness. Trust, one broken, is heavier to rebuild than stone. The weeks that followed were hard. The villagers no longer rushed to Kiran's voice. They avoided his gaze. But the boy did not give up. He began to work harder. He rose earlier, took the sheep farther, watched with sharper eyes. He no longer touched his wound. He no longer sought attention. Slowly, silently, he tried to earn back what he had lost. Trust. At first, no one noticed. Then, little by little, they did. An elder passing by saw the boy chase a stray sheep back to the flock. A mother heard him warning young children not to play too close to the woods. His parents saw him return home tired but with the flock safe. It took months, but slowly trust began to return. The villagers spoke to him again. The children followed him on small walks. The elders nodded with approval. Karen had learned lies are like fire, bright but destructive. Truth is like water, quiet, steady, and life giving. Years passed. The boy grew taller, his face sharpened by time, his heart softened by wisdom. He never forgot the wolf, he never forgot the silence of the villagers when he cried for help. And so he lived differently. He spoke carefully, he chose honesty even when it was difficult. His voice, one wasted on lies, became trusted once again. And in telling his story, we too are reminded in an age where voices shut across screens, where lies spread faster than truth, we must guard our words. For trust, once broken, is harder to repair than any wall. But truth lasts. And so, dear listener, the tale is told, the boy who cried wolf, retold for our time. A story not only of sheep and wolves, but of words, trust, and the fragile bond that holds communities together. May we remember our voices are powerful. May we use them with honesty. This was Silent Hope. Until we meet again under the gentle watch of the stars.